Okay, and now on the mat, we've got Kent White from Kingston is the red wrestler, and he'll be wrestling David Monk from Aurelia. And Frankie just told me an interesting little story about David Monk from Aurelia.
Well, David's coached by his father, David Sr. He's at Aurelia District Vocational or District Collegiate. And you know what's interesting here, Lou, is I watched him wrestle earlier and in the season, and he's wrestled at 191, and he's cut down to 82 kilos, which is about 180 pounds. So he's looking lean.
He is. Both wrestlers in the lockup position here. It looks like the red wrestler, Kent White, is trying. Oh, there's a hip toss by the blue wrestler. The red wrestler just kind of stepped into that, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
It wasn't a lot of hard movement on the part of the blue to get that hip toss. Okay,
now,
red has come out of it.
Kent White wrestles also at Queen's University, and Monk is applying to both University of Guelph and also to McMaster University, where he hopes to continue on with his wrestling career after his grade 13.
So we've got a couple of wrestlers out here with a fair amount of experience, you would say.
I think so. Monk is a hard-working high school wrestler. I don't know an awful lot about White, and Monk is in blue from Aurelia.
And he's now on the bottom. The score is now 3-2 for Dave Monk from Aurelia. Now, Kent White now has got that near wrist series, Frank. He's got some pressure on the arm and some pressure on the head, and he's trying to turn Dave Monk for 2 points.
I'll be interested to see how tough Dave can be against this in this position, because this is going to take everything that he's got to be able to come out of this.
And he did come out of it.
Nice job.
But again, as with a lot of our wrestlers, when they do come out of one situation, they should move right into something instead of sitting and taking a little bit of a rest and saying, thank goodness I got out of that one. Now we have both wrestlers again. There's a lever by Dave Monk. He tapped the knee joint, levered Kent White to the mat, and scored 2 points.
They gave 2 points on it.
Well, they're signaling for 2, and they do award the 2 points. It's now 5-0 for David Monk, the blue wrestler. There's a 1-point takedown by Kent White. Score is now 5-1 for David Monk.
You know, I'd like to know how much, if Monk had to cut much weight. He seems to be moving a lot slower and seems a little bit more fatigued than I've seen him in the past as a high school wrestler. And it could be that this tournament is so tough that he's wrestling very cautiously.
Well, Frank, you know, you've got to have a lot of confidence in the coaches and the parents of these boys that they have to cut a couple of excess pounds to make a weight class. They do it properly, and they don't try to make unrealistic weight cuts to get to a much lower weight class, because you and I both know it doesn't always work to your advantage.
No, it doesn't. I'm sure his father, being his coach, has really monitored that.
And there's another point by Kent White. The score is now, they still have 5-1 on the board. Now it's 5-2. They put up the other point, and Kent seems to be coming back here.
Monk is tough on bottom. He doesn't want to be turned, and White's not having very much success at all in trying to turn him. Well,
he may have to score 3 more single points to tie up this match, and again, time becomes a factor when you only have 5 minutes. The referee is now determined again. There's not enough action down on the mat. We'll stand them up. And let's go again. Neither wrestler seems to be moving very much. There's a poor shot, I thought, by David Monk. A poor attempt. He looks tired. There was no snap to the movement.
No, that's right.
And there wasn't a lot of work in preventing the go behind.
There's another single point now, 5-3. With a minute 37 left, too.
David Monk, I think, got a little lucky there in that Kent White got a little overzealous. Dave, being the experienced wrestler that he is, took advantage of that, and he's got Kent White on his back.
And they called for the pin, Lou.
And we called for the pin. Was it confirmed?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Okay, the referee has indicated that Kent White was caught on his back, and David Monk has come out of this match with a pin.
Good mat wrestling by Monk.
Very smart. Looked a little tired for a while, but who knows? These guys are so sophisticated now, Frank, that may have been just a planned strategy.
I wouldn't be surprised, especially